Wherever you see darkness, you see light. Wherever you see death, you see life. Wherever you see birth, you see transformation. So you understand? We're talking about Pluto here, the Pluto energy that represents power. So when we speak of the aspects, we're talking the conjunction, we're talking about the trine, we're talking about the sextile, we're talking about the squares, we're talking about the oppositions. And so Pluto represents power. I'm talking about this power is so massive, like earthquakes. This is power like going to World War III. We talking about Pluto energy. This is that. I'm talking about that dynamite power, that nuclear power. When we talking about Pluto, but also the power ain't all destructive. It's also the power to be the strong leader and to aspire many. And I'm talking about like many masses, because it's that Pluto energy. So Pluto generation. So these individuals with the Pluto energy, like me with Sun, conjunction Pluto, this is very powerful because what it is with conjunction, it blend in. The sun blend in. The light blend in with darkness. So it's Pluto who holds the light right here. So the light will be aware power. I'm talking about conscious power. This power is excited. This power is motivated. This power, I'm talking, you think Pluto strong with the sun added, this represents light and day. So the power will be all day and all night. This is what it represents. And so when we speak the sun conjunction to Pluto, because we're going to speak on the sun on all levels. You will speak on the sun conjunction, and the sun trine, and the sun sextile, and the sun square, and then sun opposition. So you have to listen to all of this whole audio or video. Okay. Pluto is the black warrior, which means darkness, represents rebirth, but also the black sun, because Pluto brings out the light. And so he speaks of sun conjunction Pluto, these individuals with his placements, that I mean, has awesome God power, spiritual powers. And this force is within them. It's so powerful, their emotions. I'm talking about it affect them. I'm talking about it affect them strongly. The scrimp. So they have to put it in check. But they're strong enough to handle it. And that's the thing. Because they had a cosmic body that gives them the ability to handle it. They deal with darkness, not only of darkness itself. We're talking their body's strong. I'm talking about this is a lot of forceful, powerful energy. This is like a nuclear explosion within them. So they don't play no game. They're serious. They don't like weakness. They're high achievers. They're go-getters, and they get what they want. But they can be very manipulative because they know emotions so good. They can feel your emotions so good. They just know you. I'm just speaking on Pluto in general. So when you add the sun, this makes this part of their personality, part of their consciousness, part of their identity. Right here, when it blend in, this is a part of who they are. You know what I mean? So if it's trine, this is something that's natural to them. If it's sextile, this is their potential to be the high achiever, go-getter. And all that do, awaken it, and they can do it. Because they already got it in them, the Pluto energy. If it's squares, it'd be hard for them to achieve, to be a go-getter. And it'd be very hard for them to manipulate people. So, but also they can be weak if it's square or opposition. So the sun can be opposing Pluto. This could be their op, where they don't take revenge, where they let people run all over them. But also, they can go to the screen, you know what I mean, and harm themselves, be very destructive right here. And so, when we talking about this placement right here with Pluto aspects, these Pluto individuals, special conjunction and trine and sextile, I mean, and also on the downside, which is square oppositions, they use the information, which is facts or anything, against their enemies. So anybody who come for them, they're in trouble, because not only will they use facts and information, they put the game very dirty. They'll even be quiet and sneak you and plot revenge. And these are the type who has one of the most dramatic and destructive mind, where they can laugh at how they gonna do you, how they gonna kill you or exterminate you or take you out. And this their mindset. And you ask me how I know, because I used to have that same mindset, because I got Sun conjunction to Pluto. Pluto represents powers, that fighting power, that Scorpio energy. So they can put a stain on you. These people are not to be played with. I mean, they're not to be played with. And so they got a good psychic gift, and this will help them to adapt to different atmospheres, environment, to people's attitudes, people's emotions, because they know your emotion. So that's the thing about these people. They can see if you're faking or lying. They can feel it. They're clairsentients. They're clairsentients where they can feel your emotions and tell you about it. They can tell you a story about yourself, about what they feel about you. And they're going to be right because they got a good intuition, sixth sense, psychic sense. And so the thing is about these people here, they can be very jealous and possessive when it comes to love. Or they don't want nobody to really they don't want nobody to be in the favor of the other, because they love want to be number one with them instead of the other family members. So they could be on that level, but also they can be possessive. So this is what they got to watch out for, because they can have a fixed mind unless they master this. You got to master this like I did. But they are persistent, and they are determined to accomplish any goal, any objective, and to achieve. This is them. And so these are your mastermind. They can be your criminal masterminds too on the downside. If this squares opposition can make them very criminal minded. And they could be a rapist and all type of stuff because they're very obsessive. And so sex is a part of their nature. They have natural orgasms. And sex is part of who they are. So they're not afraid to talk about sex or afraid of sex. They love sex unless they master this placement and they discipline. They got to be disciplined because they got the ability to do that, to be disciplined. This represents power. So this their generation, Pluto generation. Woo, it's very powerful. Because these people are very influential. We talking about, and this conjunction, just blend in with them. So conjunction, this is part of who they are. When you got Sun conjunction to Pluto, we talking about all Sun and Pluto aspects. So we got Sun conjunction to Pluto. This blend in with them, so it could be either or. They can be on the upside or downside. It's their choice, because it's just like the Sun is a part of Pluto and Pluto is a part of the Sun. So if it's Sun trine Pluto, this is their natural gift. This naturally them. You know what I mean? If it's sextile, it's the potential. Once they awaken their power, awaken this energy. But you will see that they cool, they calm, no matter if it's sextile, trine, or conjunction. They cool, they calm, but they cool and calm on the outside. Within them, they got a powerful force, emotional within them. That I mean, they want to win. They're very competitive. They want nobody to beat them, and they represent the truth. They hate lies. They hate fakeness. They got a great sense of humor, and they will laugh, but their sense of humor is based on the truth. And so they're going to speak the truth and create a laugh out of that, because this is how they play. But the thing is, they're going to either inspire fear in you when you see them because they're very magnetic, or respect. You're going to respect them. The thing is about these people, they might look young. They might look weak. You know what I'm saying? You know how you look at them people, look at some people, they look weak. They look like they won't do nothing. Well, if they got this aspect right here with Sun conjunction Pluto, or any aspects like Sun trine Pluto, or Sun sextile Pluto, or Sun square Pluto, or Sun opposing Pluto, where you in for awakening, because these people can be very dangerous. These are dangerous people. They might look pretty on the outside, but these are the ones who will kill you, because Pluto deals with power, is very dangerous. You're dealing with nuclear energy right here. This is the energy that they tote. But the thing is, they're very loving, they're very caring, very giving, and they do anything for those they love and those who are part of who they are. They don't mess with all type of people, and they're not gonna fake it. You can see that they don't mess with you. So this is the thing. They got the very influential energy. When people see them, they see a natural leader, because these people are naturally a leader right here. But they are clever, and they're very good with money. Very clever and very careful and very good with money. So security is very important to these people too. So But the thing is, they get the job done. You want these people on your team because they know how to get it done, because they're in tune with the energy within themselves, which is intuition, which is just their gift, where they just know how to get things done. It's the know-how with these people. But also they could appear to be loners because to some people they complex. They can't figure these people out because they mysterious. They deal with secrets. They know how to keep secrets too. And people want to tell their secrets to these people because they know how to keep secrets. The thing is, they know how to keep secrets, but also you never know what's their secret and their agenda. You can be around these people for ages and still don't truly know these people. That I mean, so they're claircognizants, of course, where they just know. They just get downloads of information out of nowhere. It just comes to them naturally. This is a water sign, but it's fixed with water. So whatever they fixed on so they can be stubborn. It'd be hard to change these people or move these people. So, but I also deal with transformation. Now, when they transform, these are some of the best peoples in the world. So I want y'all to understand that. They do anything to accomplish their goal. They're very practical, very realistic, and they never make false or fake promises. So this thing about them, they have a good concentration, a good focus on anything. I'm talking about, so they make good hunters, investigators, and they know how to solve problems. They get to the problem. They problem solvers naturally. So these people here go to the screen. It's either all or nothing with these people. It's all or nothing. But they can be power hungry though. That's the thing. If they power hungry, you don't want to go to war with these people. They will kill you. They will take you out. They will do what they could. No matter if it's male or female. It depends on where they at with their mind state. Because if it's square opposition, they could be very destructive to themselves and to others. You know what I mean? But if they master themselves, you got good people here. You don't have to worry about that. So they have to master who they are, master their emotions, and love is the key. So they have to look within themselves for love, so they can love everybody else. Because they don't, these could be some of the most manipulative people, master strategizers, who know how to pull off hits and who know how to harm people, who know how to hurt people, who know how to trick people, and who will laugh at it because they could be masterminds. So these makes you great psychologists because they know your mind. So these people know your spirit. They tap deep up into the emotions right here. So if they use it for the good, they can really help a whole nation of people. They can help the whole world. So these are your true bringers. They're very tough cookies. Tough cookies. So they don't really like weakness. They like kind of like tough energy around them. So it don't matter if they spiritual, they still gonna like tough energy. They might don't like people doing bad, but they like tough far as standing strong for yourself. So this type of people you deal with. These are Sun conjunction Pluto will go even more harder on the aspects. And trying, this is their natural self. So I'm saying sextile, they would love to carry out these Pluto traits because this is their potential. So a lot of anytime it's sextile, they'll try more harder than the others because it's not a bad placement. It's their potential because they know if they open it up, they can be a winner. And so they would like to be around energy like this. They would like to be around a Sun conjunction Pluto person or a Sun trine person or a person who got Scorpio energy. They would like to be around these people so they can learn and open up their power. You see? That's how it works with potentials. Potential means it's already in you. You just got to bring it out. And you might don't know how to, but as you got somebody who got the same energy can help you bring it out. So when we talk about these people here, they got a natural psychic gift. You already know, very much psychic in tune with the spirits. And they got the warrior spirit. They fight on all levels, emotionally, mentally, and physically. They will overcome anything because this that strong energy. They got a nuclear weapon within themselves. So they have awesome God power, a powerful force within them. And this force is very, very powerful. It's circular energy flowing through them. So it deals with their hormones too. So this is why they have natural orgasms. And also this deals with the inner self, a sparrow energy. Patterns repeating itself over and over and over. So energy stay flowing through them. The mind is a maze of vibrational thoughts. So these people, they into magic, they into science, they into spiritual stuff, they into hitting knowledge, the unknown, they into stuff that other people are afraid to be into. So they into breaking the taboos in life. These are your surgeons and your scientists right here. So they're very compassionate people, and these people got a rep for being very sensual, and their wants and desire means a lot to them. It means a lot to them. It means a lot to them. And the thing is, they love to tell the truth, and they always fantasize about love because it's a water sign, so they stay in there, in their emotions. Very sensitive, high pitch. They got a high pitch of emotions. You know what I'm saying? But the thing is, they're very generous, and they got a quick temper, fiery temper. You might don't see it then, unless you tick them out. You see how fast that temper is. And you don't want to go to war with these people. They know how to go to war. They even get silent to pretend till they catch you, because they're very revengeful too. Until they master themselves. When they master themselves, these some of the best peoples in the world. But these people can be very cold, very cold. They has a powerful force about them. Sometimes they appear unapproachable, like you can't approach them. You don't want to approach them. They look tough. They look like they're going through something. They might look hardcore, but they got a penetrative stare, a stare that's so hypnotizing. So so hypnotizing. It could be very loving, very sexual, or very fearful, but you can see it in the eye. They got that glow, and so these people also they move quickly. The way they move and they get things done, and they got a dominating personality. Period. But on the downside, they can be very weak. They got a contradiction nature, but they always overcoming obstacles no matter what. They're always transforming, and their life don't stay the same. It's always changing. They always ending something. Like they might say a word today that they usually say, but then the next day they don't say it no more. They make up and say another word. They might have a slang like, for example, they might say cool. They might using the word cool. Now the next day they're using the word chill. You see? I'm just giving you an example. So that's how your life is in general, not only with words, but that's just their life. Their life is all about change. And so it's ending the old and start something new. And so once they figure out like this ain't working for them, they will end it and start something new that's working for them. And they always start working for them. So they always changing up. They got changing personalities too. You might see them like this, then they like this. You might think they have multiple personality disorder or something like that. But they change up for a reason, because part of their vibration. They have to end that and start something new. You know what I mean? Because it's not working for them. So these people are the ones who will leave a legacy on the world, or mark on the world. They'll be a legend in some way, in some form. If it's not in the world, it'll be in their hood, their family, it'll be somewhere. But they will leave a mark. You will notice them. You will recognize them. They will make it be known. I mean, it's just their nature. They do this naturally. And so you got the Sun conjunction Pluto, like myself. That's just what it is. I can go anywhere and people will recognize me, even if I'm quiet. I try to stay out the way, they still recognize me. It's also Sun trine Pluto, also Sun sextile Pluto, and Sun square Pluto, and Sun opposition Pluto. All this aspects in general, the Sun aspects to Pluto in general. I mean, it's very powerful. So I had to bring this back up because Pluto energy is very powerful, and people wonder why. Like, I'm a Libra, and they say, why he's so aggressive? Well, why he's so this? Ain't Libra supposed to be cool? He one of them strong-willed Libras. So you see, and they might be like, well, another zodiac sign who they think this is so peaceful. They wonder why they're so aggressive, because they got the Sun aspect to Pluto, or Pluto energy in their chart. It don't matter what it is. If they got that Pluto will give them that power and that strength. They will have so much in the strength. It's a shame. So now you know why that some people stronger than others, even though they got the same zodiac signs. Because we got Pluto here, That I mean, these people, they study people. They like to know what makes people tick, and what makes people mind tick, and how people think. They like to know that. See what I'm saying? So that would make them good psychologists. They study stuff like this. They love to investigate. They love to hunt and find answers to life mystery. They like to bring out the truth. So this is what they be on. So these are your master strategizers, and who very organized, who know how to organize something. And these people, they got the power to impact the world. And they always have a hidden agenda, a motive somewhere deep within themselves. But you might don't know. You know what I mean? So, like I said, they got a high vibration of emotions. It's oversensitive, where they can have a quick temper, be very snappish, but you won't see it like every day. You know what I'm saying? You mostly will see the cold, the cool, the calm, the you know what I'm saying. You're gonna see that they very cool, and you see that they don't fold like the regular people might cry about this and complain about this. You will see that these people don't do all that. You know what I'm saying? All that crying and complaining about everything. Cause this that Pluto aspects right here. But they talk with wisdom. They talk in a philosophy way. And what they talk about is their experience, something that's practical. You know what I'm saying? And they use it to so you can understand them, because they understand emotions. And this is how they help people. They love to help people. They love to give you the drive to be strong. They want to see you become strong. So these people got the power, like what I used to do when I was younger, had the power to motivate people in my hood to become strong as warriors, even though I was on the downside. Had, make weak people. You got the power to influence weak people to become strong and fighters like that. This is the power that the Pluto energy have. So self mastery is the key. This is how they win. So they have to master themselves, because they can be extremely violent, they're very creative though. They can be extremely creative, and change is important to them. And they always into something to start something new, like I said, and they would crush their enemies to the screen. So they got tactics, they got ways. In terms of mind games, they're good at it. You cannot mess with these type of people. They can be very cold when it comes to war. Yes. So these type of cut your head off. So it depends on where these Pluto people at, where these sun aspects to Pluto people at in their life. If they on a higher frequency, you good. But other than that, you're still not gonna get over on those on the higher frequency, but you're still good though. You see? So they can see through your BS. You cannot lie to them. They can see through your BS. And they definitely, like I said, they definitely are your role model type, far as strength, far as your helper, like your heroes that you want to portray to the world. Yeah, and they're not afraid of death. They're not afraid of sex. They're not afraid of talking about death. They're not afraid of talking about sex. They're not afraid of talking about the past. No matter if they don't master themselves, they still can tell a story about their past, and it won't affect them to go back into the past. They still won't go into the past. It won't bother them. And people be like, I thought you changed. And you still talking about the past, but they're using it to tell their story so it can help you. You know what I mean? So they're not afraid to talk about stuff like that. They're not afraid to talk about sex. They're not afraid to talk about nothing. So these some very strong people. You get on any subject or any topic with these people. And like I said, this is a very powerful placement. So studying people's mind, we talking about people who got good compassion. They got compassion for the world, for people in general, and they're very loyal. The biggest thing is that when you're on their team, they're very loyal to you, especially if they got a likes for you, and they can be truthful to you. You know what I mean? So they always studying a subject, and they're very talented and skilled individual. They can master anything. So because they got the ambitions, they got the drive to do that. And the thing is, they aiming to reach the higher self, the higher consciousness, and to give you higher perspective. So this is what they're here to do, to bring the light. And it's from within themselves, from their own psychic gifts and abilities, and from their experience, to heal you, to inform you, to enlighten you, to help you any way they could on any topic, because they can do that. And they got the strength to talk to you about anything. So we talk these people here, they always overcoming obstacles. This is a strong placement here. And so But on the downside, we know that they're very destructive, they're very jealous, very possessive, and when I say destructive, they can be like animals crawling. They can be very weak minded and weak spirit, and be very suicidal themselves. They might don't want to live no more. And this is when you're dealing with the squares of opposition. Squares of oppositions, they might don't even want to live no more, or they might. When we talk about squares of opposition, we talk about the type of people who don't want to dominate and who let others take advantage of them, or and who don't want to leave a mark in the world or something like that, or they do want to leave a mark in the world. They want to rule it for. They want to be in control for the wrong reasons. You know what I'm saying? So these type of people will use and manipulate people for destruction reasons. Also, the conjunction could play that part too. They could play like a square. A conjunction could play like all of them. They could play like a trine. They could play like a. They play all roles because the conjunction blend in. Like my sun conjunction blend in with Pluto. Anybody got sun conjunction blend in with Pluto, they can play all positions. They can play the trine, the sextile. They can play the square or the opposition. And so most likely they're most likely to be on the upper, but you do got some of those with Sun conjunction Pluto who's on a downer. But when we talk about this placement right here, woo, these people are very powerful. You know, they're interested in science, spirituality, healing work, philosophy, surgeon work, the unknown, and even they can get down with being in the military, you know, and warrior stuff, martial arts. They can get into stuff like that and teach that. They can be spiritual gurus, spiritual leaders, and spiritual healers. But in some form, they're gonna be a leader because they cannot be in the following position, following people position. You know what I mean? These type of people that it's hard to influence. No matter if you're rich, you could be rich. You can't influence a person with a lot of Pluto energy or with Scorpio energy or with Sun aspects to Pluto because they're not going for it. They don't care about no famous stars. Like you had one famous star talking about because it was Bootsy, somebody who I comment under their post on Facebook, and they said you won such. And they say I want to give. I don't know if Bootsy somebody doing it for him, but it was on this page. I say I don't want nothing. I'm good. You know what I'm saying? Straight up. So this is the type of energy we talking about. Sun conjunction Pluto. They don't care about how famous or how rich a person is. You know what I mean? They don't ride coattails. You know what I mean? They ride their own wave, their own line. This is how strong they are, for real. They don't care how rich you are. They still gonna beat them. They still gonna ride their own lane. They don't do good riding other people's coattails because they got all that strength within them, all that nuclear power, all that sun power, sun radium. So when we talk about these people, these are the ones you want to have on your team who will protect you, will fight for you, but they don't need no help. They will handle their own business and take out a whole squad. They know how to. Even if they make bombs, because they're super smart. And so you got to understand how smart these people are. You got to understand how they move. And now you understand why I'm smart, why I come up with solutions that, or I come up with ideas or videos that you never thought that you would never hear in your lifetime. Because a lot of people, what I do, I add on and put more to it, more truth to it, and expose stuff. So this is why, you know what I mean? So there's one reason why that Pluto energy at Sun conjunction Pluto. Those who got Sun trine, Sun sextile, Sun square opposition Pluto, they still all of them got the ability to do the same thing as Sun conjunction Pluto. It is that squares opposition will have a harder time than I would. They will have a harder time than trines, conjunctions, and sextiles. Squares and opposition will have a hard time. They will go through it to learn about it. So when squares opposition master, they'll be very good because they actually experience all this. They will go through a lot, so they will have so much information on it. Once they master this and become like a sun conjunction, they'll be very good. So that's all it means. They have to master this. If they don't master it, they will either destroy themselves in some way, go to jail, prison, or do something foul, rapist, child molestation, all this other stuff. It could be murder somebody, murder many people, be like madmen, psychopaths running around. And so now you understand how it works. You know what I mean? With this placement, with the sun aspects to Pluto, it's very sacred, very important. You know what I mean? And so this is that scrim, so that people gotta realize. People don't understand that this is a mysterious placement because Pluto, these type of individuals, they can like, they might honor you, admire you from a distance. You never know. You know what I mean? You never know they admire you and into you. Like I knew a female. She was a Scorpio, and she admired me for months and months and months. I ain't ever know till somebody bust her out. You see, this what they own. The secrets, they keep secrets. So even I, people ain't knew how much love I had for them until they asked me. You see what I'm saying? That you might don't never know how much love a person with sun aspects of Pluto have for you until you ask them, or and you find out, oh, they got a lot of love for me, or how much they don't really care for you. So this is how it goes with this placement. These are your researchers and your hunters. You talking about your hunters? You want them to hunt for you, to find the answers, to find out who cheating on you, to find out who doing you wrong. Get these people. Sun aspects of Pluto. Those who like Sun conjunction Pluto, Sun trine Pluto, or Sun sextile Pluto. And the only way you will get Sun square or opposition to Pluto is if they're in their right mind. Other than that, I advise you don't mess with them until they get themselves right. But these people are extremely persistent. And I'm talking about they put a smile on their face, and you won't even know that they got ambitions and drive to accomplish something. You don't even know what they're working on. You don't know what they're trying to accomplish, but they got something they always working on the low. They always got a goal to accomplish. So the thing I love about this placement is that they loyal and they are truthful, they're honest. And so that's the thing. You ain't got to worry about all that fake stuff. They're solid people, and also these are the ones who will inspire you and who can help you map out your life and stuff like that. And so this is why it's so powerful. So this being said, I think I said enough. Now, to add on, if it's squares opposition, if we got Sun square opposition to Pluto, it will be the opposite side of what's going on, or even be more worse. It's either gonna be to the extreme, they're gonna overdo it, or it can be very worse. So that's all it is, the opposite side of what's going on right here. So that's all it be when you're talking about the Sun square opposition to Pluto. So that's all it is. You know what I mean? Trying, it just their natural gift. This was natural to them. This energy. Conjunction, this is who they are. You know what I mean? It's been in with the sun. And trying, this is who they is, but it's natural. And sextile, they have it in them, they just gotta pull it out them. That's all. They gotta pull it out. They got all this potential. And square, they will go through a hard time dealing with this aspects. And opposition, the same thing as a square. So really that's the downside of the sun aspects to Pluto. So that's what you get. So basically with the trine and sextile, you're getting the good aspects, you know what I'm saying? And with the conjunction, you're getting everything. And with the squares and opposition, you get the downside until they overcome the downside and to be the good sun aspects to Pluto. So now you know how it operates. So all this represents this, everything represents this energy that I'm speaking on. You know what I mean? Everything represents this. You just got to try to understand this. So with it being said, this definitely what it be. It don't matter if you're a male or if you're a female. If you got this placement, this is you. So this being said, because the females go hard too. So this being said, this what it be.